Okay, so we are here to do a house clearing, and interestingly enough, we walked out of the front door, and the house slammed the door on us and locked us out. So this ought to be interesting.
And we're here at the Surgeon's Home on Angel Island, and there have been reports of disturbances and interesting things happening within the home, and we were requested to come here and do a space clearing. So we're going to go ahead and come on over to the back since the door closed independently of us.
So it's going to be an interesting ride. We're glad you're along with us. As you can see, it's really a beautiful house.
With a rich history.
Yes, very rich history.
All right, so we're coming on to the back side now, to the back entrance. And the door actually closed in the front, and we'll take you through to see that it's a slam shut, but there's no way that there could be enough wind to come through this back and around and all the way down this long hall in order for that to close. So now we're experiencing, our first disturbance within the home. So here we're in the kitchen. And we're going to come around here, and we're going to come down here to the long, incredibly beautiful hall of the home. And that's the door that pretty much closed us out.
Yes, the contrary door.
And I couldn't open it back up. It appears to be locked, but we'll have to go check that. And we have several different rooms here.
Okay, and I will walk you through each room. And as I walk through, why don't you explain whether you're feeling anything in which room and
Yeah, the main floor of the house doesn't feel intense. I don't feel any intense energies right now. I did feel like we'll take you down to the basement where I feel that the heart of the probably disturbance issue lies, and I'll go ahead and do the space clearing there. By the way, the other voice that you're hearing is my friend Tina. She's on the other end of this, helping to narrate and bring you through this fun experience.
Okay, right. And the house actually has 3 floors if you count the attic and the basement.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. And we have another room off to the left here.
Okay, and the lighting is not so great. We can't get all of the lights on in here, so you just have to bear with us. And again, we're still on the main floor.
And the dining room area.
And notice there are beautiful fireplaces in almost every room. So again, this is a beautiful house. It's going to be even more beautiful when we're done.
I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay, and then another large room.
Okay, we've got a closet back there. Look at the sconces. Beautiful bathroom. We're hearing some disturbances as we're filming. But we're just going to continue because that's just what we do.
And here's another large room, another fireplace.
Fireplaces galore. Look at that fireplace. Pull out so you can see that. Again, we have the lovely wall sconces. And this house has really a lovely wraparound porch on it as well. So this is the door that slammed and we couldn't get in.
I just opened it this time, but I couldn't open it at the time. It wouldn't budge, not at
Yeah,
all.
we couldn't open it from the
I
outside.
was pushing on it. It wouldn't open. And it actually slammed louder than that when it slammed. Yeah.
Okay, so again, We're in this big room. And again, we have a lovely fireplace and we've got a wood burning stove over here. Okay. All right.
So let's go up to the attic.
Okay, so we'll see the attic now.
And there's two doors right in front of us. The one with the stained glass goes upstairs to the attic, and the one to the right goes down to the basement, which is pretty interesting.
And there's been some door rattling over here as we worked. And let me just say, well, the temperature just heated up by what? I don't know, 15, 20 degrees coming up here.
Attics are
Yeah.
hot.
Okay, now this is, you can't really even see in there, but it's a little dark.
Dark attic.
Closet type room.
Alright. So then, what we noticed earlier when we came up here was that in each of these little alcoves here, I guess you want to call them that, there are probably at least 200 dead flies.
Now, let me move in so that you can see what's going on here. Notice the dead flies all over the floor. And I can assure you that we did not plant these. Sorry that I'm not in the business of
Sorry. That's true.
planting dead flies. I don't think so. Okay.
And so, yeah, a lot of dead flies. So what I've observed with energy and stagnant energy and some very dense, heavy energy is that you will often find a lot of dead flies. Dead flies in particular are dead bugs, and they tend to be attracted to that in some way, and then they'll just come and be there, and then they'll just start to die off, and that's why you have a large number of flies that die in certain areas of a home that has, reported disturbances and reported heavy energies and the like. So now we're going to go down to the basement area. We're down here.
So we're going in through the right door, the one without any stained glass.
Really interesting basement area. So I guess we'll walk around and you can take a look at where we are. It's basically, all stonework and brick. And as I was walking over here, I immediately knew that this small room is really where the heart of the disturbances are emanating from. There's if you will, a dimensional doorway and an increased intensity and density of not so pleasant energies in this room. So this is the room that I'm going to be concentrating on today and clearing.
Okay, I'm going to step in here and walk you through it just so you get some idea. This is just a little sort of alcove. It's really a small room here. Floor to ceiling. Okay, you've got the window there. And then we've got a sink area here. And sort of a tabletop area. Okay. We're going to step outside.
And then we'll just walk you around the rest of the basement, and then we'll talk a little bit about energy clearing and why it's needed or wanted by certain individuals, certain homeowners. So here's just another room.
And this is a little dark in here, but just sort of the same brick or concrete type walls.
Mm-hmm.
And we have another large door down here leading to the front. Another small room here that doesn't have a whole lot in it. Okay, we'll move across here. In here, small room. I don't know, we're guessing they were maybe used for storage. There aren't any closets, so, but who knows what this was used for. Oh, and incidentally, this was at one time a surgeon's house.
Yeah.
On the island. Okay, here we're in the restroom. Okay. All right, and we're back to the main area. So did you want to?
Sure, let's just walk in the camera.
Okay.
Why would we want to clear a space? That's a good question. And you want to clear a space for several different reasons. It's not always to this degree to where you'll come into a home and, hear doors closing or things moving or hear voices or footsteps or, see maybe earthbound spirits. Sometimes it's as simple as having moved into a new home. You move in and it just feels stagnant. It doesn't quite feel like your own home. It doesn't feel comfortable to you. So in that case, a house clearing can be really beneficial to you because I can come in and kind of revamp the energy within your home. And then oftentimes people report when they come back in the home that it'll be like, just like a weight has been lifted off their shoulders. You'll want to clear your home if there's been previous drug use within the home. Murder-suicides, that to me is, a pretty obvious one. A lot of times if there was domestic violence or any kind of abuse within the home, that energy can stay within the home. And so sometimes what can happen is you can still feel that, how things were in that space within the home, and then you're uncomfortable. And so by having the space clearing, you're going to go ahead and just remove those energies out of the home, freeing up that space so that you can, feel more comfortable and take a breath of fresh air and breathe a little easier. And the way that I clear a home is, firstly, there's several different ways to clear a home. People can sage with white sage. They can sage their home. This is something that you burn. And anybody can do this, and you can have the sage, and then you can waft it into the corners of the home, all throughout the home, and it's a really good way to lift the vibration of the home. It kind of takes everything out, and then you can bring in some really nice energy into the home.
And just typically when you're doing the smudging, you go, is it a clockwise manner?
Yeah, clockwise, in a clockwise direction would be great if you could do it that way. I like to play really nice music during that time, and then at the end I'll just open the door and just say, okay, whoever's here that's not supposed to be here, you need to go now. And that's a great do-it-yourself way of doing home clearing. What I do is I will use toning, and that's where you will hear like, but louder. And what the toning does is it will shift the energetic frequency within the home to the tone that is coming out of my mouth, basically, and it will help to break up that energetic pattern, that stagnant pattern that's within the home. I also use sacred geometric shapes to do the clearing, and I use energetic gridding, and I'll also clear the land. So it's like a holistic, if you will, energy clearing for the earthbound spirits that may be in the home, some how should I put it, some energies that may feel negative, also just that stagnant energy. So we're going to go ahead and do the clearing now, and I think that's it.